my load is on the trailer. My truck is still separated. So time now is 12:30 Eastern time. And my feet are all wet. And that's why you're seeing these socks. So I have to change my boots. Like these cowboy boots. Man, I got them somewhere in Nebraska. I don't know, 3 years ago. You know, genuine leather. They don't make them like that anymore. Oh, hold on, I forgot to put the extra sock, because I think these are already a little bit wet. Yeah, we were playing in the mud for 3 hours here. The biggest time, and actually I was joking with the guy here, Mike, very nice, helpful guy. The biggest difficulty was flipping the neck. You know, I'm loading a forklift, right, with like 9-foot long forks, and guess what? We couldn't do it with that one because it's not one of those. I thought it was like a seaport container forklift, because I know that one can raise the forks. You know how you see how they load containers like one on top of the other. That thing, the forks can go, I don't know, 10 meters, 30 feet. This thing, the guy says, well, it can only go pretty much to the top of the mast when the mast is on the ground. So like, I don't know, 13 feet. No, what is it? Not 149 inches, 150. And so we had to disconnect it, and he says, let me go grab the small one. So he goes, gets the small forklift, and of course that one, the forks are like 1.5 feet long, but it actually goes higher than the big forklift. I was really surprised. And yeah, shoot. And we tilted the mast. You'll see in a second, because this thing is tricky. There was a couple of challenges, you know, how to position this, and I was driving and thinking about this, because the overall length, I'm as dirty as a bum, but that's why I'm using these double Walmart pants, and I have some underpants in there, because you know it's -4, which is what, 28, 27, but everything is wet. So yeah, what's the time now? 12:30. Okay. And then of course there's a challenge of getting out of here. I barely made it around, and then I had to block my axles to go back. And then we flipped the neck. Yes, we flipped it one of those tiny little baby forklifts. Used like 2 chains, 1 chain on the forks and 1 chain to the mast to prevent the main chain from moving, and we managed to do it. And then I put the pins in, and I connected my air and hydraulic. And of course once I'm done, I'm just gonna, because it's too long, once I'm done I'm just gonna disconnect it here and drop it in there. And the whole thing sits on that timber, as you can see, because my support legs are way over here, so there's no frame. You see, like, that's what normally goes on the frame, right? But because of this neck, and I need this in order to keep the balance, and so 2 challenges over here. Challenge 1, the overall length they told me was 29. And the guy says, it's not gonna fit on your trailer, because I told him it's 26 feet long. He says, how is it gonna fit? And I said, okay, the forks can go like this. And I said, I will have a very long neck, and I figured it'll be like 3 feet here, right? So I knew that we can deal with this. So I thought it would be way over here, but the second challenge was the overall height. So this is the maximum it can be, like the maximum tilt. And I consulted a friend who's doing much bigger machines than me. You see, I brought it as close as possible here, and we put it on these. So we lifted the rear by, I'm guessing 6 inches. Let me see. But for some reason, when we were checking the height, like when we were on the ground, I asked Mike, I said, can you please tilt it all the way, and we're gonna measure to that corner, from the corner to the trailer. I remember it was 149 inches, and now we measure now, it's 148.5. See, we lifted by 5. Oh shoot, they're not 6, they're 5, but that's still pretty good. Yeah, we raised the rear by 5 inches. And that was my biggest concern. I think now I should be okay. I still didn't call my Michigan, I didn't call my permit lady for a Michigan permit, because I want to hook up. I know it'll be lower than 14.5. I'll just, once I'm on the freeway, I'll have to keep this probably like this. You see here, I got 4 inches, so I'll just raise it really just a tiny bit. So of course, once I'm getting out here, I'll have to raise it a lot, because there's a hill in there. But once I'm on the freeway, I'm gonna drop the as low as possible, because yeah, this thing is tall. And so those were 3 challenges. First, to come in here around this building, and then back in there. The trailer was steering. I thought I would back without blocking the axles. No, it didn't work, because it was going into this one. It was trying to hit this one. So finally I pulled forward in a straight line, blocked the axles. I backed all the way like this. And so that was challenge number 1. Challenge number 2 was what to do with the forks. See, now it's perfect. I put the rubber under. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip like this. So that's how we're gonna drive. That was my plan, because I didn't want this to sit on the ramp, because I know they're very heavy, and of course there's a lot of pressure. And then once I'm all hooked up, I'm just gonna put a strap in here. But wait a second, there's gonna be a, well, it's gonna work. I'll put a strap like this somewhere here. Put one of those. I'll figure out something. So now, yeah, then challenge was the overall height. Now I think we should be good. See that tire sits all inside. So this is the tire is the widest point. So now those flags with magnetic base will come in handy. But again, as you see this, right, this is not gonna pass the inspection at Canadian border. And I just argued about this again with the shipper. I said, you know, it has to be clean, right? I said, and he says, yeah, I know. I said, international border, the same rules are when you're dropping machinery off at the seaport. They would not take this at the seaport. So the same thing. Oh yeah, I know. So I said, okay, it's not that wide. It's 10 feet wide. I know I can make it through a truck wash. Truck wash is 14. So I would have like this much on each side, so I can do that. But the height, you know, most truck washers, they're like 15 feet tall. So I'll see how tall I am once I hook up. And the machine broke one of my boards, because it just, you know, it was like this and then it slid like this. So the middle of the board was on the corner of the other board, and it just cracked because there's so much weight. But the rail looks okay, you know, because all that weight sits there. I'm not worried about these boards moving. They cannot go anywhere. And you see, that's my light in here. So we're pretty much centered, just like I wanted. I think I should be okay on my axles. All right. So one interesting thing with these forklifts is that there's no D-rings. There's no D-rings. There's a mast. There's this, right? But it's all covered in grease. You know? But it cannot go down. That's the thing. I can probably even hook up a chain right here. I cannot reach the front axle. The front axle is hidden. I see, no D-rings, nothing. But I can reach the rear axle. You see, there's a bunch of stuff in here. So I'm guessing I'll have to climb in there and hook up a chain, because I got a D-ring in there. I'll hook up a chain in here. It tie down like this, but then I need something, and then of course there's a big pin in here, which is just useless. But like, what do I tie down? I got D-rings in here, but usually that stuff is just, it's gonna be bouncing. I don't like using that. But yeah, you see, no D-rings anywhere. Like, even a look at the top here. Okay, they have D-rings in there, but because that's for the counterweight, that's when they lift the counterweight. But if I use those, well, actually it's all solid here. Yeah, I can use that. Okay, that's good. So just hook up a chain in there, just bring it down here. So 80,000, let's say 82,000 pounds. So what do I need? I need one pair of chains, 20. So I need two pairs of chains in here. And I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hook up this one to here. Same on the other side. And then here, I'm gonna use my D-rings in there. So maybe this one to this somewhere here. See, I hate when they do it like this. Like, how are you supposed to move it, right? And it's all covered in grease. So maybe I can go around this thing, but I don't want to damage anything, because somebody is paying a lot of money. Well, if I go in there, I have to go in front of the cylinder here. All right, if I go in front of the cylinder, yeah, that might work. I just use a long chain, go like this, and then two over there. That's four in the back. Yeah, okay, let's get started. So they close the gate at 5. But yeah, nice load. I don't like the machine not having D-rings, but I like this is my second time I'm moving these ones. But the first time, when I was still with the Premium, they sent me to Hamilton, Ontario, and I picked up something similar. I think it was even bigger, but it didn't have forks, you know. And actually yesterday I talked to the shipper on the phone when I was still in Canada, and I said, can you disconnect the forks? Just take the forks off, right? Then we can lower this more, because I was concerned about the length, right? They said 29 feet, but you see, it fits. You don't need 29 feet. Fits perfect. And the guy says no. He says to take the forks off, he says it'll cost $1,000 US. because he says these are not quick disconnect forks. It's not like one of those machines, you know. I think that's optional. I saw it on the spec sheet. When you buy this, you can, from the factory, you can spec that quick disconnect thing, some kind of coupler, you know, when you need to change these for something else. But here it's all one thing. So this machine was not designed to change attachments. And so this guy says, if you want us to take forks off, we'll have to renegotiate the rate with the broker. And I said, no, I don't want to do that, because then he will renegotiate my rate, and it's already low. Oh, before I forget, I gotta climb in there, do something about that. Wow, look at this. They'll definitely break. Okay, this one is good, but this one, okay, once I'm finished, just need to remember to climb in here and just do it with a wrench. And so yeah, the guy says no, it's not gonna work with the forks. But you see, I made it work. All right, let me hit the pause button, throw some chains on, hook up, and then I'll restart the camera when I'm climbing over there to check the height. Well, it's 225 EST, and I finally tied down the machine. And I played with hydraulics. I put it in the lowest position, like, which I cannot use over here trying to exit the yard. So I'm like position 4. I have 5, right? So in position 4 on the neck, I know I can clear that little hill. But when I'm on the freeway, I'm okay. I found like this high from the ground in the front under the rams, and that worked out to be position 2. And in position 2, the top of the mast is 14 feet 2 inches from the ground. So I called my permit rep and I said, good news, we are 14.2. See, that's position 4. And let me get my flags, and I'll show you what I did in terms of tie downs while I'm putting my flags on. And yeah, I'm gonna hide this away somehow a little bit. Son of a, I thought it would go in. Stop hissing, you son of a bitch. That's the last thing I need, is a audible oh, I think it's okay like this. It's not gonna be in the way, it's not touching anything. Maybe I'll just leave this like this. Or maybe put it under. That's a good idea. What the? You were just sitting there. Why don't fit? Oh, perfect. Check this out. So now I don't have to disconnect the hoses. I'm gonna keep them like this. Make it a bit loose for when I turn. but this cannot jump up. This will just stay like that. Perfecto. All right, let me just grab my, and of course this is closed. Why are you closed? Yeah, that's a massive load. And the broker says they're working on a truck wash. I'll believe that one when I see it, when they tell me where to go. All right, what's our widest point? Is this ugly wheel, and here I guess we'll just put it like this, as long as it doesn't touch the maybe I can put it on the very back, but over there it's not a good. And you see, by the way, here I'll be driving like this, so all the shit will be flying in here. That's not good. So this flag will be full of dirt. There you go. By the way, I wanted to show you something. I wanted to climb in, but the angle is wrong. You know, the angle, all my chains are straight, and that angle, if I were to hook to those D-rings, would be pulling forward, which I don't want. And over here, I wanted to put a chain over that, and I see there's lines in there, hydraulic lines. And I asked Mike, I said, do you know if there's any lines over there under the dirt? And he says, I'm not sure, just try to chip away at the dirt and see. And I said, I don't want to damage the line. And he says, well, I don't know. And so I started chipping, and sure enough, I saw a copper little pipe. But one little challenge I had was here. I needed 2 chains. But my clamps are too small. I couldn't use the clamps, but I needed 2 chains connected here. And so what I ended up doing is, you see, I put 1 chain on the top like this, and the other chain goes under, so it cannot jump up. So the top chain is holding the bottom chain, and there's a hook just around. You see, like this one goes through the hole, but the other one is just around and under this. Brilliant. And so one is here, and of course the wheels are not gonna touch unless I jump 5 stories high, and then I tie down this so that the hook doesn't rub the tires. And I didn't bother about putting anything in there because it's gonna fall out anyway. And at first I put position 1 like super low, but then I figured out, wait a second, the mast is tilted forward, right? The whole point of putting this on the boards was to raise the rear, and so I put trailer position 3, so I raised the rear a little bit, so this will go down, and that's what it is. So it should be 14.2 when this will be in position 2. So I think I did a good job. So I'm not worried about chains, but I feel very tired, honestly. So all I want now is just go find a truck stop and start in the morning. And actually there is a pilot here. Maybe I should just go there. I don't know. But it's not big. I might just go to the next one, you know. I'm gonna look on Trucker Path. Where's the next truck stop? Heading west. Oh, but before I do that, I have to talk to these guys, because my route is something really fierce, you know. I cannot figure out, like, they're sending me on a bunch of detours over here, because of course I asked for 14.5 in Ohio, and so they think I'm super duper tall. Yeah, that thing is called ice, by the way, in case somebody's from Australia is wondering. That's what you use in with alcoholic drinks. Very handy stuff. Come on. Yes, it doesn't take long when you know where the bungee cords go. Like I do one like this. And this area, I don't like this area. Okay, now 2 of these. Beautiful, like a show truck. No, almost. Okay, I gotta do this. I think I still want to put some flags on the very back, you know, just to give people a heads up that this forklift can fall off in any minute. So please don't drive next to me. And I get some flags in here. Conveniently parked next to my driver's seat. Yeah, about the forklift, I asked the guy what year it was. He did not know. He says, look on the paperwork. So I checked the bill of sale. They gave me the original at my insistence, and it's a 2017. Of course they don't work. Something with these lights. One of these days I'm gonna fix them. I remember that's how we used to clean carpets in winter. You know, when I lived with my parents, we had these thick Persian carpets, and my mom would wait till there was a fresh snow, and she would send me outside wash the carpets like this. Thank you, Mom, for the good lesson. See, I'm using childhood lessons in the adult world. Of course, now I'm gonna be all wet, but that's part of the fun. So now, if the Ohio cop stops me and says, "When was the last time you washed your sign?" I say, "This morning, sir." See, beautiful, looks like new. So here we have a little loop. This goes on the back of the fender. This goes here. And this goes behind the plate, because you have to show the plate. Otherwise, they can give you a ticket. And then it goes like this, and on this little D-ring in here. All right, so we have two bungee cords, and what I do is put them like this. I don't like it. How did I do it last time? There you go. That's how I did it. Wow, incredible, what a fantastic job. All right, so let me double check my route, and then I can make my way to nearest truck stop, but not this Pilot. I need to find something bigger. All right, I got my lights on. Let me just go check something. Because I have an idea. I think that those flashing lights They don't charge. But I drove 2 hours in the morning today. I don't understand. So I thought they were charging when I have the lights on. But you see over there, I click test, nothing. Yeah, I definitely have to fix that. Because I like these lights, you know. What I'm gonna do is what I tried to do on the previous trailer. Just remove the battery, because there's a battery there. Remove the battery and connect that thing right to yeah, okay, I gotta make sure that, see, I just talked to a guy, that 5-ton truck in here, because I was not clear about the route. So I hope we can make this gate, because it's really very sharp turn.
In 200 meters, turn right onto Ohio 254 West.
Во махина! Ёб твою мать! It feels like the railroad engine, you know, you don't need, like, I'm in idle now. Idle, low gear. Because I want to put it down. And now it's too tall. That kid on the bike, he's been, ever since I started loading, he was biking. All right, let's see if we can lower it a little bit. Yeah, see, that's freaking that. That's too tall. Okay, I'm gonna put it on 3, and then if we see a low bridge, I'll go to 2. Okay, and I have to turn left. Okay, so this is left because yeah, the guy said I cannot go. If I go right, he says there's a low.
Next right onto Ohio 254 West.
There's a low bridge in there. So I have to go left. Just take it easy. I don't know, there's no truck stops on my route, but there's a couple of big ones. I think Ohio allows me what, like 1 mile? I can go off my route. I think it's 1 mile if I go to a truck stop. I'll double check my OS.
Ohio 254 for 1.5 kilometers.
OS1. Oh yeah, okay, so now it found it. And there was nothing in my permit. At least I have no restricted structures. So this is Black River, and it looks like it's a new bridge. So they probably used better bricks than on other bridges where they always give me these restricted structures. Oh wow, this thing, this load is not that bad. It's 10 feet wide. Oh, wait a second, I don't need this. Sorry guys. Sheffield Village. So it's 10 feet wide. Alright, what do we have on the 5th wheel? Probably it's not even that heavy, probably 55,000 pounds I'm guessing on my pusher and drives. And so yeah, my first detour. So now goal number 1 is make it to I-90, and then I go 90 to the next exit, and I take 57 south, and I follow that one in kind of like zigzag fashion till I connect with 20. And then I follow 20 probably for like 20 kilometers, 15 miles, and that's where my first detour is, 511. I have to turn left or south on 511. I got all the instructions here, so I talked to the guy, the straight truck guy. I looked at the map for half an hour. I think I feel confident I can find my way. Basically,
Turn right onto the I-90 West Ohio 2 West ramp to Toledo.
Yeah, on 20 there'll be some couple of detours, but the major the major direction is US 20 towards I-75. That's the major direction where I'm going. This is it?
Turn right onto the I-90 West ramp.
Alright, no left turn, but I don't see anything about the right turn.
Continue on I-90 West for 6 kilometers.
That's not correct, because we have to go south.
300 meters, merge onto I-90 West, Ohio 2 West.
Yeah, these are interesting actually, these forklifts. There was, but the guy got scared. Mike, he was not sure in how good my spotting abilities are, so he starts walking around and you know, looks at his phone. And I said, what's going on? And he said, yeah, I'm trying to find somebody who can spot me. And I said, I can spot you. He said, well, I cannot see anything in this thing. And so I was standing in the middle of the trailer in the back there, just show him left, right, and it was cool. We didn't have to roll off and try again. Yeah, the only issue was we had to where the counterweight is, right? So the guy backed. I asked him to back the machine so that the forks are in the front, and so when he was backing, the counterweight at the bottom was pretty low, and so I had to put a couple of boards in front of the ramps. Black River. Wait a second. Yeah, you see, I go like this. Okay, this is my exit, 145. Oh, and it's still sending me in the wrong direction.
600 meters, take exit 145 for Ohio 57 toward Marion Lorraine.
I cannot go like that. I have to follow 57. Elyria and Lorraine, like the girl from Back to the Future. Remember the kids?
500 meters, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Ohio 57 South, Lorraine Boulevard.
The kid's mother was Lorraine McFly. She's probably from around these parts somewhere. А я еду за туманом и за запахом тайги. Oh, wait a second. The forklift is still on the deck. I cannot believe this. I did.
Left 2 lanes to turn left onto Ohio 57 South, Lorraine Boulevard.
So it looks like I did do a good job with chaining, you know? Like otherwise... And like I said, you always have to be careful when you have only one piece on the deck. You gotta be careful because Yeah, I see I have to go like this, 57. Because, you know, the customers get upset when you show up with the empty trailer, right? So if you have two pieces and you lose one, you know, you still have one. So that's still cool, right? But
Continue on Ohio 57 south for 3 kilometers.
I'm just checking the top of my mast, like how far is it from, because I can still go lower, but I'm just not sure about all these. Maybe there'll be a hill somewhere, but if, yeah, okay, you see, I gotta pass I-80, and over there 57 goes east. Yeah, this is the most kind of like boring setup just to get to US 20. Once I get to US 20, things will go better. And I have no curfews, because I'm only 10 feet wide. Curfews affect you when you're over 12. Oh, coffee place. Elyria, founded 1817. City of Elyria.org. Mayor Frank Whitfield, MBA. Home of Tiana Bartoletta, EHS graduate and 3-time Olympic track and field gold medalist. Wow, this road is pretty good. Check the width. We got 3 lanes going this way, 2 lanes turning left, and 5 lanes on the opposite side. I dig this route so far. Down to 2 lanes. Oh, check this out. White Challenger, just like mine. All right, we got the turnpike in here. So if they're sending me this way, that means that I'm okay for 14.5. And right now I think I'm like 14.3, 14.4. So I should be okay, but it does look low. I don't know. A Ranger. Okay, 57 south, next left. Yeah, I remember the 5-ton guy, the driver I was talking to, he says, make sure you're in the left 2 lanes.
Continue straight onto Lorraine Boulevard.
He says you'll see 2 left lanes, and that's what it is. Yeah, it's like a sharp turn, because Google wants me to go straight, but I cannot do that. There's probably some low bridges in there. So 57 south. Yep, that's what I want.
Continue straight onto Lorraine Boulevard.
No, we're not going south.
Kilometers.
It found it. So 20 west, 301 south. Yep. Perfect. I'll just show you guys this complicated route till I get to 20. Because US 20, then after that I have a couple of detours in there, but this is where I have all these zigzags, you know. I'm just gonna take it slow, you know, take my time. So I got the paperwork, right? We still need to wash the machine, and the guy was saying, last email I saw from the broker, he said, working on the wash. Because I said, you know, remember what I said, right? I said, yeah, the width is not too bad. Like, I can go inside a truck wash, but I'm not so sure about the height. So yeah, now we're just following this, and we are kind of going back east. And let me guess, Black River? Third time? No signs on this. No signs on this side. Let's see. Midway Mall. No signs, but there's a river. Catholic High School. It's to my right, and over there I think that's we're going parallel to I-80, the toll road. It's over there behind the bushes. Okay, junction 301. I think that's what I need. I don't know. Actually, there's nowhere to go. Like, where can I turn? Yeah, this thing says keep going. 6 kilometers, 4 miles to 20 west. Oh, 301 south. Okay, so I'm following 301. That's cool. So now I'll go this way, kind of like south, and that becomes 20. And then at the bottom there'll be another right turn. And so, because I need to end up going west, I'm near Cleveland right now. I need to get towards Detroit and Port Huron, so 20 will take me west to Toledo, to I-75, and then I take 475. But before I get to that, I have a bunch of detours over there. There's some small towns. There might be some issues there, but it's already 3:45. You know, it's gonna get dark, I'm guessing, at 5:30. So as soon as I see a truck stop, I'm stopping. I don't care. Yeah, I see junction, US 20. That's what I want. US 20. Which way? Straight. Yep. Is straight and 57 is straight. West, so yeah, this is 20 west, 57 south, or 301 south. Perfect. And then 5 kilometers, 3 miles, it'll be turning right or west, and that's what then I stay on that one for probably, I don't know, 15 miles, and that's my first turn, 511, my first detour. So if I see parking somewhere there on US 20s, you know, I think anytime after 4, because, oh, actually, yeah, I started today. I started driving at 6:15 because I spent the night at Harbor Creek.